today, we're going to change the lawnmower blade, something different. It's technically a vehicle. But
Technically.
something that, well, you're going to have to do. You ever manage to break a blade or bend a blade or something, or just for service, it's kind of nice to have a spare. It's easier to sharpen this thing when it's off. And I'm going to show a trick. If you don't have one of the jacks or the lift, you just want to center this over. This is a rear engine mounted one. So you'll lift the front. On front engine, I normally lift the rear. It's just because it's lighter. Remember, look for your knees. Try not to grab anything that bends.
Do not lift with your back in a twisting, jerking motion. I've joked about that in the past. Seriously, don't do that. I know if I say that, we're going to have somebody, there'll be that one guy in the audience who takes me literally just because and goes, "Oh, you messed my back up. I'm suing you." I made him drop a brick, a log, whatever.
These wheels, easier with the rear. It really is. There we go. That's on the cross member, not the steering mechanism. And I use this. It's an extra one just to brace the wheel.
So you can see that, yes, it's actually braced on the cross member, not really on.
Yeah. It's pushed up a little bit, but it's not holding weight. I need to move that back just a little bit more. There we go. And the wheel block should help stabilize it. There. And rear wheel to shock, of course. And the brake set.
And if you're doing this on a push mower, it's a lot easier.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Well, it's bigger than this, so that's going to be, I don't know, maybe a 20 millimeter. I was hoping this would adjust out enough, and I could at least guess on it.
Nope.
Nope.
What are you doing?
I'm double checking the blade, making sure it's the right one, and it is.
And what size is that bolt?
It actually ended up being 24. This is a MTD. It's a 24 millimeter torque. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Am I going the right way?
Isn't that always fun when you're next to it and upside down and backwards and you're like, which way is clockwise?
Let's see, counterclockwise is this way, I believe. It's going to be reverse how the blade turns, I think. Get the bolts on these things and let go, or always a challenge. I should have the breaker bar, probably.
You probably should have also squirted some bolt loosening juice on it.
Yeah, maybe, maybe not.
Maybe not. Another Harbor Freight casualty. He's probably not going to let me throw it out.
Oh, no. Let's see if I bend this.
I have faith in you. I think you can do it. Duly noted that the key is out of the ignition when we're doing stuff like this, just in case you bump it. Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, they kept saying clockwise. It's friggin' counterclockwise. It's clockwise, I guess, if you're, I don't know. But you loosen it in the direction the blade spins. So if your cutting edge is here and the blade turns this way, so your cutting edge is on this side, be on this side over here, blade turns this way, the bolt will turn that way. That's what I thought, even though the stupid manual said the opposite.
Well, either way, you got it.
Yep. Set that bolt there, so maybe I can find it. And then just tap that off, and you can see this one just has the star. Some of them have the star and the 2 points.
Which is annoying. I hate that system.
And this blade's actually not in as bad a shape as we thought it was. It's a little chewed up, but not too bad.
And sorry about the wonky camera angles.
Hopefully you don't have the auto thing on so it makes all the funny noises.
No, I turned that off. That leveler bit, I turned that off. I ain't even doing that crap anymore. I got a level on the camera mount that I'm looking at the same time as the shot.
Okay, and it's going to be this, the indented side down.
Ridge up, mountainside top, or however you want to say it. Ridge line up.
Yep.
Dents go down. However you want to remember
it. Just went on. That's good.
How chewed up is that bolt? Since we've spent the past 5 minutes listening to bad instructions there.
It's only slightly rounded.
So now tightening counterclockwise. Turn the camera off for a second.
Okay.
But he doesn't know that, so we're going to pretend that never happened.
I'm not using the breaker bar to tighten it because it will tighten itself thoroughly. Believe me. So you just want it good and snug. Oh, wrong way.
Well, if it's
good and snug right there. I'm not actually using, I shouldn't show that, because I'm actually just holding the flat side of the blade and tighten it by hand.
Well, question. You said that it loosens you loosen it in the direction the blade rotates, correct?
Mm-hmm. So you tighten it in the opposite direction the blade rotates.
So centrifugal force or something's holding it on or tightening it down?
Yeah. As the blade spins, it's actually spinning in the same direction as the bolt tightens, so that it can't back itself off. If you had it going the other way, you could potentially take the bolt off by just the blade turning. Most things that spin are threaded in the opposite direction from which they spin. That way the direction to tighten it is opposite the spin direction, so that the friction keeps it tight instead of backing it off. I don't know if that made sense.
I'm a little confused, but yes.
Okay, well, see, that's the fact that this tightens it. This is the direction it spins, so it's tightening the bolt as it's spinning. And most things that spin do that.
You said you loosened it by the direction it spins, though.
Yes, but look, if I turn it direction so the pressure's going in the way it spins, so I can see how it spins that way. But then I can't loosen it because it's ratcheting in the way it loosens.
Okay. Okay, I think I got you.
Yeah, if you're loosening it, so.
And there we are.
Yep. New blade on the mower.
Yep.
And then at some point, I'll show you how to sharpen these. I've got a grinder. You can do it with a file, but when the blade's that bad, a file takes forever. So a grinder's a lot better.
Yep. And there's an easy way to tell if they're balanced or not.
Yeah. The lawnmower doesn't when you turn it on.
Funny. What you do is you take a nail, put it in the wall, and you hang your blade on that nail. And if the blade is level, then your blade is balanced.
You can also kind of do it using your finger and trying to center it. You can get it centered.
Yeah, but mine is an excuse to hammer things into a wall, which is always a much better option than trying to be all zen with what you're doing now.
But this isn't too bad.
This looks like a deleted scene from The Karate Kid.
Well, it's a little off, but not too bad. It's a little heavy to this side. It's got a little less metal on this side, but not much.
It still looks like a deleted scene from The Karate Kid.
But I know what you're talking about. You can actually do that with a screwdriver, too, if you have a round screwdriver.
One that's not bent up from trying to remove a lawnmower,
blade. The
blade?
square one is it's square. But with a star, you can do it by balancing the star on it. And as long as it balances fairly good on that center star, you're not too bad. Like I said, this one's a little heavy on this side, but it's not bad. If it was real bad, what would happen is you'd always end up like that.
Yep. Alrighty. So, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, fairly quick.
Yeah, well, relatively. These things are always annoyingly tight.
Well, for the audience, the people watching on their cell phones with the earbuds, this is fairly quick.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to give them the full 30 minutes of us trying to find a bolt.
That works. Somewhere I've got a broken one of these that sheared off like right there, that I'd planned on making a sling blade out of, and I never have done it for cutting weeds and stuff in the ditch.
That does sound like it. Alrighty, let's wrap this up.
Until next time.
Y'all have a good one.
Have a good one.
Please like, share, and do all the thingies.
Yep, and bug people with it. Do you know someone you bug with?
Yes.
Till next time. So long.